Welcome to Country Kickback, where you'll hear the latest music from performers you already know and discover new music and artists from around the world. If you have an artist you'd like us to chat with, reach out to the team at countrykickback.com, or you can watch our live videos and more by following us on social media and YouTube. Here is your host, Danni Shaw, with the latest from Country Kickback.
Hello, we're back.
Danni.
With Graeme Connors this time. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you very much. Although, maybe you should ask my wife, she'll tell you the truth.
It's
very much looking forward to talking with you.
Oh, I have been too. I haven't had you on the show before, so I'm very excited.
Well, I live up in the Pie in Queensland.
Yes.
It's not like I'm sort of just around the corner.
No. Well, that's what we love. This is we can do it from our own lounge rooms.
Yes.
You don't have to be
And
in
one
the
hell
same
of a lounge
stage.
room you've got here.
Pretty good, isn't it? Don't need a TV because I've got a stage and it's always got artists on it.
You've got music going 24/7.
Oh, it's been great. So you arrived yesterday.
Yes, we did. I didn't want to miss the Pickers night last night because a lot of the musicians in that particular band I've worked with, I still work with them. We had Doug Gallagher and Scott Hills.
Yes.
Doug played on my first album.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Lovely.
In 1976. Amazing.
How you've had such an amazing career, but seeing how music has changed probably in the last 10 years quite a lot.
Yeah.
How have you found? I mean, it's harder in some ways because it's sort of a single world, but it's also it's an easier way to get a larger reach in a lot of ways too. So have you found that there's been pros and cons with all those changes?
Look,
it's been quite a lot to keep up to.
It really has.
Yeah.
There's one thing I will say that has not changed, and that is the power of a great song and a great performance. And that shines through regardless of any technological changes or whatever happens. When you hear a song that is just like stops you in your tracks, that's the same as it was back in 1950, 60, 70, 80, 90. A great song has power beyond everything else that's going on. Having said that, I find it's probably a generational thing. I got used to the idea of making a whole record, going out on tour, and then finishing that off, and then coming back and writing another album. And that doesn't seem to be the pattern anymore.
No.
People will have one song, put it out on a digital release. Or a download and see how that goes, and then the album will be a composite of all those, singles, so to speak. Now, I'm going to stick the neck out a little bit here to say what that does mean sometimes is you don't get the depth of content that you once got. When someone had to put out 12 songs or 10 songs, there were songs that were not geared towards grasping everyone's attention. They were there because they spoke to the heart and they mattered. And we must not lose that.
No.
That's the important element. Not every song is meant to be a hit.
Yes, that's right. It's got its own purpose, and it's always funny because I'm still an album fan. I like to have my body of work to look at, but I often find that it used to be quite often those hidden gems that were my favourite songs on an album, and I love them all in the hits, but I really like some of those tracks that didn't get on the radio as much, and people didn't know about them as much. They're the ones that I often relate to more than the hits.
I just had a beautiful experience. I was down at the media centre, and Warren H. Williams was there. Now, Warren I have admired for a long time. He's a pioneer in many aspects, and he tells me that a song of mine called A Sacred Place, which was on the album The Return, has been a really, really important song to him in terms of his life and the meaning. Now, that song was never released as a single. It was an album cut was a very deeply personal song that was about the passing of my mother and how I dealt with that. So it's quite serious in its intent. But to have Lauren tell me the meaning that for him, that song, it was a real revelation, that, and not to forget that we do have a broader catalogue of songs than our hits. And young artists should just write. I keep saying, write what you hear.
Yes.
Don't worry about the marketplace. Just write what you hear. And it's sometimes in the dead of night, an idea comes to you and you think, what is that about?
Yes.
Just keep working. Just what I have always said, keep the appointment.
Yes, lovely.
Understood?
Yeah.
Keep the appointment. When it comes to songwriting, do it.
Yeah.
You're not a songwriter because you say you are. You're a songwriter because you write songs.
Yes. That's
Sorry,
true. No,
I'm getting
I
all
love
deep
this.
and
No, I
meaningful
love
here,
it.
but,
I'm very, because I've grown up all my life with your music, with Slim Dusty, with the original, and even the earlier ones of the original music, and I've always been a fan of having that body of work, hearing those hidden gems, understanding their meaning behind it, and then having your own take on it as well. And I find that's hard to do now.
It is hard to do now because the constant pressure is to be
more music in your face.
Success.
But then you've got to choose how you define that success, I think, is the biggest part.
Well, when social media is voracious, it is constantly looking for something new. And you get a window of, like maybe it's only weeks in which a piece of work that you put out gets devoured by everybody. And then it's like, okay, what's next?
One. Yeah, that's right.
Really.
And you do find the other thing now is you hear a song and it's a great song, but then after that, not even 12 months, you don't ever hear it again. It's not played. Whereas we used to have, whereas.
Well, that's up to people to curate their own playlists of popular.
Yes, that's right.
That's one good use of the technology,
You can actually do that rather than, but radio, it's always about the quick, get this new stuff in, and you don't hear some of this. It's like it gets lost.
Well, the thing is, this program, people can go back to it.
Yes, that's right.
That's happening with all radio these days.
Yes.
It goes to a podcast or something. I did an interview this morning on AEDT radio. I can go back and listen to it in an hour's time to see, what was said and all that sort of stuff.
I love that ability too.
That is
nice.
So I'm not, I'm not negative about technology and the changes. No. But I do think that we need to remember that music stands outside of
that realm.
I think it's like great music goes deep into your heart and soul. There's a song, I'm trying to think of the girl's name, she's absolutely amazing. I just want to show you where I grew, walk you around the foothills of my town. And,
I know that song
you've seen before. I mean, it's just the most beautiful song. You'd be breaking more hearts than mine.
Yes.
The artist will come to me in a minute.
I know, I'm shocking, but I know that tune and I know those lyrics. I'm really bad with names.
And that song hit me and it stayed with me. I find myself singing it. I'm driving in the car and it's like, I just want to show you where I grew up. My goodness, that's not one of my songs.
No, but it's lovely to do that.
It's lovely. Thank you so much.
Yes. And we've actually, I forgot to tell you, but people can actually write to us and ask questions. And Paula has already written asking how you are, and so she said she loves your music. And Tanya, who's wonderful and supports Country Kickback like crazy, does so much work for us. She said that her dad introduced you to her years ago, and we both love your storytelling songs, and your music reminds her of her dad.
Well, isn't that lovely? Tanya, I take it Dad must
Yes, yeah, that's right.
Look, he's still with you.
He's still there.
He's still there. He's still there in spirit. Still there in the songs.
Absolutely.
Still there in the experiences
that
you
power,
had.
the power of music. It brings that back to you. And that's what I love. I love the power of music. And I love that people can have different opinions and take different things out of a song.
Oh yeah.
And I love it takes off a song that's written about something and the meaning of something else, and then it just keeps going with different
Sometimes
meanings.
people attach themselves to one line.
Yes.
It can be a whole song, but there's one line, and it's like they don't remember much else about it. That one line becomes a little philosophy, maybe for life.
Yeah, special. So how can we? I know you've got a show tomorrow night. So it is. It's tonight. It's today Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday. You're getting
it's Friday.
Friday, 3 p.m. Yeah, that's our annual.
Annual, yes. Yeah. How can people still get tickets for that show?
Yes, people can still get tickets. The show is called My Lyrical Life. And at the first beginning of it, because I've got a book of lyrics underway, I was supposed to have it done in time for the show, but I got a bit lost in biographical input.
Yes.
I was putting a bit of the story of where I was, what I was doing when I was writing these songs. Yeah. Well, there's like 300 pages of songs, right? So then there's another 300 pages of biographical. And I woke up one morning and went, Graeme, this is a tome. This is bigger than the bloody Bible. You got to stop now.
It's just getting bigger and bigger as you go.
So I will, when I finish Tamworth, I'll get home and I'll finish it. But the focus will be on the lyrics and the biographical information will be secondary. But I do a book reading at the beginning of the show, and then I bring on my wonderful band and we play through the hits. So it's a pretty extensive program, and it's the sort of show that you probably need to come to right at the very beginning.
Yes, you need to
be there on time at 3 o'clock because otherwise it may not make quite as much
sense to you.
Sense,
and that I think that's the thing with that's like the body of an album, isn't it? Yes. If you get that story on the way, and if you walk into that halfway, you'll definitely get something out of it, but not.
You may miss some things that would have been clear about.
Yes.
So I'm very much because it's been a very dry old year for entertainment. And normally where I would do up to about 160, 170 concerts in a year, we have done seriously about 10.
Oh, wow.
And that to me has been, it's disappointing, I suppose, but we had that whole COVID thing. A lot of venues chose that time to renovate.
Yes.
So when we were ready to come back on the road, venues weren't available.
Yes.
We did a few clubs and things like that, and they were all limited capacity because of that wretched C word.
Yes.
And anyhow, that's why we're so excited to feel as if the Tamworth is the beginning of a bit of a okay, that was then, this is now, and here's tomorrow.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's just so lovely to be able to be back out though. We are getting there.
And it's even from my perspective, I've done this, as you know, for a long time, 50 years at the end of this year was when I packed my bag and took my guitar and hit the road as the opening act for Sherbet.
Wow.
And that was my professional debut, and that's now nearly 50 years away. So it's like I have to look at all this and go, aren't I the luckiest man to have been able to have this career?
It's your career, and I've grown up watching, and the things that you have done and seen, it must be so many beautiful memories.
So many. That's why the biographical stuff just got
out. I can't wait to read that. I'm really excited that you're doing that. What have you got for it? So you're going to go home and finish that off. Are you going to try and sort of get out there a bit this year with that?
Definitely getting out on the road, We've got a wonderful festival in West Australia. I think it's called Red Virgo in June. I have some things that were carryovers that we were supposed to do during COVID. We started these tours where people who were fans of my music, about 30 people would come. We'd go to a lovely location I would do little concerts
Beautiful.
in there.
Yeah.
We're doing the Kimberley in May, and that's already sold
Yes,
out. That's
yeah.
Chris Watts in Travel.
It's through Chris, lovely.
Chris does a lot of these
He's
things,
incredible.
special interests.
Yeah.
And we've already done with the Tarika tours in the past. We did Ireland, and we did South African. So we've done a few of these. We're looking at Tasmania for that.
Oh, well, there you go. We definitely can help you now.
So there's everything's moving forward. But I just want to get back on the road with the band and enjoy the discipline of 4 or 5 shows a week.
Yeah.
You're there, you travel, you have your siesta,
Absolutely, yeah.
you do your sound check, and you do your show.
Yeah. And when you get back to that, life will feel much normal and meeting people, getting back into seeing people in place.
We have so many friends who we met by the music, and they call themselves like fans who have become friends.
Yes, yeah.
So seeing each year, we've had this sort of wonderful opportunity to catch up with those friends, and getting back on the road is the way to do that.
Definitely. And I think people are ready to come back out and see things too. Tanya has popped another comment. She said,
yes, Tanya.
We've been lucky to have your music for all of these years too. Absolutely we have. Absolutely we have. How, if you had to, do you have, because your songs are, they're your family, and do you have your favourite picks, or it would be really impossible for me to pick a favourite? I can imagine it would be for you too.
I probably like children. We have 5 sons.
Yes.
And they vary when they're favourites.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
That's right.
You are my favourite this week. I'm not so sure about
Depends
you.
on how you're feeling today. That's right. You played up today,
Yeah, that's right. I when I sing these songs, I go back to the place I was at when I wrote them.
Yes.
Now, that is a very precious thing to be able to do. So my life feels like a movie where I'm stepping in and out of time
so
zones.
amazing,
No,
and
great.
how lovely is that? Because that keeps those memories. If you didn't do that,
Keeps
those
you young
memories
too.
would be.
Hey, I'm only 35.
Still doing. That's right. That's right. Now, we've got your show on Friday.
Yeah.
You're going to head to the Gold Guitars on Saturday?
I am.
You are?
And
Lovely.
I've just discovered that I will be presenting a couple of
Oh,
awards.
fantastic.
So
That's exciting.
I'm looking forward to being the person that calls out the
Name of the winner.
I'm doing it with Pete Denny.
Oh, gosh.
So
That'll be interesting.
So much fun. You never know what's going to happen with Pete. So
great.
either he'll be announcing the names or the categories, or we'll
It could
share
be
it.
anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
It's
with
Pete.
Pete Denny.
Oh, he's fun, isn't he?
Yes,
But, oh my goodness.
I call him the regional raconteur.
That's actually perfect. We haven't
Pete
had
Denny,
Pete
the
on this
regional
week.
raconteur.
We haven't talked to him this time. I'll have to actually catch up with him at the awards. It'll be lovely to see him. But I can't wait that you're getting back on the road and hopefully coming to Tassie.
Yes, Tasmania's high on the list.
Lovely.
Because outside of the music industry, we got involved in hospitality. One of our sons was a chef, and then we got involved in a restaurant, and then we got involved in cafes, pie factory, and it just grew, right? So they gave Dad the job, honorary sommelier.
Yes.
I get to purchase all the wine. Well, Tasmania is like, I'm in Mackay with my binoculars looking southwards.
We are very lucky.
Whatever new Tasmanian wine happens to be on the list, you can guarantee I've
tried. You've been and
I've been there. I've tested. I haven't been to Tasmania to do it, but I'm looking forward to getting it.
Definitely, it'd be lovely for you to get that down.
We'll be there. Trust
and
me.
where's the best place for people to keep an eye on you and when you're touring?
GraemeConnors.com. Just keep an eye on that. That's the website.
That's the website. Yep.
I do a little bit of booking stuff, but to be honest, it's not my bag. I come from a different sort of. I love the privacy of writing, and then the publicity of touring, and then you breathe again and do the privacy. You know what I'm saying? It gives you time to grow. It gives you time to grow, and the demands are not there upon you to be interesting.
Continuously doing it.
Right,
and you have to have that time because you need the ideas for the songs as well. You're doing.
If I don't have quiet time, I don't have songs.
Yes.
It's real simple.
Yes.
If I'm on, If I'm on the road, I don't write.
You don't write.
I do not write. I might get ideas. I might see things that matter. I'll
Jot
write
them
them
down.
in the diary.
Yeah.
But I do the bulk of my writing at my kitchen table or my piano.
Lovely.
I just sit down and those ideas start to form, and I've got the leisure. And although my wife, I don't know if she believes me, I always say that you need a sleep between the beginning and the end of the song. So sometimes at 10:30 I'm on the couch sound asleep. She's like, "Are you working?
Yes, I am.
Are you supposed to be?" Yes, darling, I'm working hard.
You have managed to find the perfect job.
I'm getting away with it. I've been getting away with it for years, so why change now?
Exactly what's worked. It's worked so far. Well, thank you for coming and having a chat
Danni.
with
It's
it.
been lovely
Absolutely
talking with you and chanting, and I think this is absolutely a wonderful program you have here. I'm sitting here watching myself on
watching
screen,
this on the screen. It is strange to see your faces.
It's rather disconcerting, of course, because the camera throws me on the opposite side.
Yes, it does. I know. It's confused us. I've had to stop looking at it because it does confuse me. But I cannot wait to. Absolutely. And I'd love, if you'd like to come back when you are ready to release your book, I would love to have you on and we can have a chat about it.
Rebecca
she is wonderful, isn't she?
She is wonderful, and she'll take care of everything.
Thank you so much. We'd love that.
Thank you, Danni. Thanks, Lorraine.
Thank you, everybody. We will see you all very soon.
Everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
But yes, we'll see you all very soon. We've got a couple more shows left today, so hang in there and stay out of the heat.